To start, I want to summarize my English experience. I will never forget learning English for the first time of my life. I was 7 years old. I was at school in first grade. I was speaking with my English teacher, Constanza. As you can imagine, the words that I had told her were the easiest one, hello and bye. The only two words that my father had taught me because he didn't know more words too. That was the first time that I realized how important was learning and speaking English, because I was the only girl in my class that didn't know anything about English, even at that age. And my teacher, Constanza, realized too that I was the less experienced girl in her class. So she told me that I had to work hard at home and never give up with this new language. After 6 months taking English classes, I knew that it may not be easy learning. So I asked my father if he could help me because I couldn't do it by myself. First of all, he create he create different exercises to taught me the vocabulary. Second of all, he taught me the basic grammar, and then he create games so I could practice all the things that I had learned. He was a good teacher. However, he was so angry and he yelled at me all the time. But if he hadn't pushed me that way, I wouldn't have learned English. At the end of that course, I started loving English, and all of that because of him, because of my dad. My second grade was a little bit harder. My English teacher was so annoying and an unhappy person. We were required to speak in English all the time. We weren't allowed to say anything in Spanish. At the beginning it was so difficult. We hate her. But then we realized that if she hadn't been so demanding, we wouldn't have improved our English skills. And my third grade, my father asked me if I wanted to take English classes. I immediately said no because I was too shy and too little, and I knew that my English was not good enough to enter to the Colombo Center. But after many hours of talking with my father, he convinced me, and I start my English classes at the Colombo. When I took my first class at the Colombo, I loved my teacher. He was so intelligent, creative, kindness, beautiful. I fell in love with him. I love his smile. I love his name, David, and I love his perfect English. Because of him, I went every Saturday to my classes, because also I really wanted to improve my English and talk like him. Then I wish at that time I could be bigger and beautiful, but he already had a girlfriend, so it never happened. Just in my mind. After 1 year taking his classes, I was going to take another level with him, but the Colombo changed my plans. They changed my teacher. I had a new teacher. He was not as pretty as the first one, but he was so smart, and his classes were so amazing that I really enjoyed them. After many years taking English classes at school and at the Colombo, I was really happy because I could understand when someone speaks to me in English. So I was really happy. But everything changed. When I entered to the university, everything changed. I was supposed to take English classes, but my schedule didn't work. I had to take and study all the time nursing, and I didn't have time to take English classes. And then I had, after 4 years of no practicing at all anything about English, I start working, and it happened the same. I couldn't practice anything about English, and it was so sad for me. I really felt very disappointed because I knew that if I hadn't practiced my English, I would have forgotten everything about English and what I had learned before. But last year I heard that an American company is searching for Colombian nurses. So I decided to to study again at the Colombo, take all the courses, and take the exam that they asked me for. They okay, and as if you ask me if learning English is important, I definitely have to say yes, of course. Speaking English helps you a lot in your work, in your personal life, opens a lot of doors, and helps you with your future plans. So it's a good option to start learning and practicing English. I had heard many tips, and I try to use them all the time to practice, because I really want to improve my English skills. I know it's hard, but I have to do all the things to improve it. For example, if you want to improve your English skills, you can watch English movies, you can hear music and try to memorize all the lyrics. You can make a dictionary with the new vocabulary. You can make flashcards with the new grammar. Also, you can record your voice and hear what you had said, and it helps you to improve with and recognize all your mistakes and try to be better and don't make it all the time. So I think that the English experience of my life had been so grateful, and I hope that in the future I can improve my English and be a better English speaker. So thank you, and bye bye.